Getting into story number 3. Extended climate projections sharply rise risk of AMOC tipping within decades. What does that mean? Well, the Atlantic current, uh, um, the one that everybody says if it if it collapses that we're gonna go into a new ice age. So that's what it's talking about, and it doesn't even have there isn't even enough distribution from either side to do a summary of the left versus the right. So 2300 to 2500 estimate scenario dependent shutdown possibilities, identifying deep winter convention failure as the tipping trigger. So we're going to get into a story that actually explains what all of this means, but I just want to show you the bias distribution. 63% coming from the center, 25% coming from the left, and 13% coming from the right, because the right doesn't give a shit about the climate. I have I've got everything sorted by factuality, and the very first story that comes up is from Science Daily. The website is a little you'll see, so I do apologize for that, but it's got center distribution with very high factuality. So Science Daily. So I've got it zoomed in so it looks a little bit more like a normal article, but when I looked at this website, I was like, this looks old. For more than a century, a patch of cold water south of Greenland has resisted the Atlantic Ocean's overall warming, fueling debate among scientists. A new study identifies the cause as long-term weakening of a major ocean circulation system. Researchers from the University of California, Riverside show that only one explanation fits both observed ocean temperatures and salinity patterns. The Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, or AMOC, which is the current, the ocean current, is slowing down. This massive current system helps regulate climate by moving warm, salty water northward and cooler water southward at depth. People have been asking why this cold spot exists, says UCR climate scientist Wei Lu, who studied with doctoral student Kai-Hwa Lee. We found the most likely answer is a weakening AMOC. The AMOC acts like a giant conveyor belt, delivering heat and salt from the tropics to the North Atlantic. A slowdown in this system means less warm, salty water reaches the subpolar region, resulting in the cooling and freshening observed south of Greenland. When the current slows, less heat and salt reach the North Atlantic, leading to cooler, fresher surface waters. This is why salinity and temperature data can be used to understand the strength of the AMOC. Liu and Lee analyzed a century's worth of this data, as direct AMOC observations go back only about 20 years. For these long-term records, they reconstructed changes in the circulation system and compared those with nearly 100 different climate models. As the paper published in Communications, Earth, and Environment shows, the only model simulating a weakened AMOC matched the real-world data. Models that assumed a stronger circulation didn't come close. It's a very robust correlation, Lee said. If you look at the observations and compare them with all the simulations, only the weakened AMOC scenarios reproduces the cooling in this one region. The study also found that the weakening of the AMOC correlates with decreased salinity. This is another clear sign that less warm, salty water is being transported northward. The consequences are broad. The South Greenland anomaly matters not just because it's unusual, but because it's one of the most sensitive regions to changes in ocean circulation. It affects weather patterns across Europe, altering rainfall and shifting the jet stream, which is a high-altitude air current that steers weather systems and helps regulate temperatures across North America and Europe. The slowdown may also distribute marine ecosystems, as changes in salinity and temperature influence where species can live. This result may help settle a dispute among client modelers about whether the South Greenland cooling is driven primarily by ocean dynamics or by atmospheric factors such as aerosol pollution. Many newer models suggested the latter, predicting the strengthened AMOC due to declining aerosol emissions, but those models failed to recreate the actual observed cooling. Our results show that only the models with weakening AMOCs get it right, Leo said. That means many of the recent models are too sensitive to aerosol changes and less accurate for this region. By resolving that mismatch, the study strengthens future climate forecasts, especially those concerning Europe, where the influence of the AMOC is most pronounced. The study also highlights the ability to draw clear conclusions from indirect evidence. While limited direct data on the AMOC, temperature and salinity records provide a valuable alternative for deducing or detecting long-term changes and for helping to predict future climate scenarios. We don't have direct observations going back a century, but the temperatures and salinity data let us see the past clearly, Lee said. This work shows the AMOC has been weakening for more than a century, and that trend is likely to continue if greenhouse gases keep rising. This is fantastic. This is such great news. As the climate systems shift, the South Greenland cold spot may grow in influence. The hope is that by unlocking its origin, scientists can better prepare societies for what lies ahead. The technique we use is a powerful way to understand how the system has changed and where it's likely headed if greenhouse gases keep rising. So, this is not good news, tubes. I hope everybody understands that. This is bad. Bad. We don't want the AMOC to collapse, because then, I don't know. Do we get Mad Max, or do we get The Day After Tomorrow? Who knows? Another ice age? I don't know, but it's bad. You know, things are comfortable, things are good, and you throw that wrench in there, and then who knows how things are going to turn out. So anyway, hey, thanks for checking out this video from Nightly News this morning. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video or when we go live on Tuesdays and Fridays.